When it comes to tanky fighters in Mobile Legends, Gatotkaca is in a league of his own. This hero is a solid pick for players who want to dive into fights, absorb a ton of damage, and disrupt the enemy team. His role straightforward yet essential: stand in the front, protect your allies, and draw as much attention as possible. But there's more to Gatotkaca than just being a damage punch. With the right items, emblem setup, and a few smart tips, you can turn this hero into an unbreakable frontliner who's easy to play but highly effective. Hi, this is Brian of Yuga Gaming, and in this guide, we're looking to look at everything you need to know, from his skills and itemization to positioning and battle tips that will make a force to be reckoned with. Let's get into it. First off, Gatotkaca's kit revolve around disruption and durability, making him an ideal pick for tanking in the front lines. Starting with his passive skill, Steel Bones, Gatotkaca converts a portion of his lost HP into physical defense. The more damage he takes, the tankier he becomes. So don't be afraid to go all in during fights. This passive makes him deceptively resilient, especially when he's low on health, so try not to retreat too soon. His first skill, the Blast Iron Fist, is a straightforward punch that deals area of effect, magic damage, and slow down enemies. It's great for both poking at the start of a fight or for wave clearing. The slow effect can also help you secure kills when enemies are trying to run away or keep them in range for your team to finish them off. Then there's Unbreakable, Gatotkaca's second skill. This stun forces all enemies in a fan-shaped area to attack him, which is huge when enemies are focusing on your backline. This skill disrupts their plans and redirects that attention right onto you, saving your team's damage dealers from taking those hits. Next is his ultimate, Avatar of Guardian. It's a signature move. Gatotkaca leaps toward a targeted area, dealing magic damage and knocking enemies up. Not only it is satisfying to pull off, but it is also a powerful initiation tool that can disrupt the enemy's positioning and lock down squishier targets for your team to follow up on. With the ability to control crowd and absorb damage, Gatotkaca is all about knowing when to jump in and how to keep his enemies contained. For your item build, let's go with a setup that maximizes Gatotkaca's tankiness but gives him enough offensive potential to make him a real threat. We'll start with Tough Boots. It's a solid pick, giving you the magic resistance you'll need against enemy mages and reducing the duration of crowd control effects. Next is the Thunderbolt. This is a must-have for Gatotkaca. Not only does it add to his durability, but it also provides cooldown reduction, which is essential for spamming skills. The added slow effect after using a skill synergizes well with Blast Iron Fist, keeping enemies within striking distance for much longer. If you're keeping up with the fight, the slow effect makes it harder for them to escape, making Thunderbolt a perfect fit. Wind Swings is another core item, and this one's all about giving Gatotkaca a fight chance when his HP is low. Its damage reduction and life steals when you're under 40% HP give him added sustain during intense moments. It's particularly useful for diving into the enemy team since it allows you to take even more damage and come out alive. Moving on to Dominance Ice. This is essential if you're up against heroes with high attack speeds. Its anti-heal effect and attack speed reduction aura can put a serious damper on heroes like marksmen and fighters who rely on high DPS. In the heat of battle, it's also a great way to prevent the enemy team from life-stealing or healing up, which helps turn the tide in your favor. Then we have Brute Force Breastplate, which offers movement speed and a stacking defense buff that kicks in as you attack. This is key for staying mobile in fights, letting you chase down enemies or quickly return to your team when needed. Finally, we round off the build with Immortality. This item is just clutch. It gives you a second life, which can often be the difference between a lost fight and a team turnaround. In the late game, having Immortality lets you dive a bit deeper, knowing that even if you're taken out, you're revived for one last impact in the fight. On to the custom tank emblem setup, we'll start with Vitality for added HP, giving Gatotkaca even more staying power. In the second tier, choose Tenacity, which boosts his durability as his health drops. This pairs nicely with his passive and ensures that he becomes even tankier as he takes more damage. Finally, the Concussive Blast talent in tier 3 adds a bit of extra AoE magic damage after Gatotkaca's basic attacks, which is useful for dealing additional damage in the middle of a fight. This emblem setup is optimized to keep you alive while also letting you do a bit of extra poke damage to the enemy team. For the battle spell, I'd recommend using Vengeance. This spell works perfectly with Gatotkaca's role because it is not only reducing incoming damage by a good margin but also reflects a percentage back to your attackers. It essentially punishes enemies who try to take you down too quickly, especially during the crucial moment when you jump into the enemy team. If you're facing burst-heavy composition for a lot of high DPS heroes, Vengeance can make you feel like a nightmare to take down. Let's get into some gameplay tips first. Remember that positioning is key. Gatotkaca isn't the kind of hero who should be waiting on the sidelines. Stay near the front lines but don't jump in recklessly. The ideal moment to initiate is when you know your team is nearby and ready to follow up. If you can, use Unbreakable to taunt enemies who are trying to dive in your team's backline, protecting squishier heroes like marksmen and mages. This move not only disrupts the enemy's attack patterns, but also redirects their damage onto you, keeping your damage dealers safe. When it's time to go all in, try using Avatar of Guardian from a distance to surprise the enemy backline. This ability has a significant range, so use it to catch enemies who think they're safe. Just make sure your team is ready for a follow-up. Gatotkaca's ultimate is powerful, but it's even better when your team capitalizes on the knockup. A simple but effective combo is to start with skill 1, Blast Iron Fist for the slow effect, then use skill 2 to taunt enemies around you, and finally jump in with your ultimate if the situation calls for it. This combination of slow, taunt, and knockup lets you control the battlefield, and it gives your team plenty of time to deal damage. If you're fighting in the late game, Immortality can be your ace card. Diving deep with your ultimate and then getting a second chance with Immortality Survive can be a game changer, especially if you baited out important skills from the enemy. To sum up, Gatotkaca is all about timing and positioning. With the right item and emblem setup, you're built to last in the front lines and give your team the edge in every fight. He's a straightforward, easy-to-learn hero who can hold his own in almost any matchup. So, if you're looking to anchor your team, Gatotkaca is the hero for the job. Here's the rest of our gameplay of Gatotkaca.
伝説を永遠に筋肉は鋼のように骨はダイヤよりも硬い 労力なくして得るものなし我こそが伝説である 心身統一我こそが伝説である
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
鋼のように骨はダイヤよりも硬い
An enemy has been slain.
心身統一
Slain an enemy.
が真の男の生き方だ。
An ally has slain the turtle. Launch attack.
労力なくして得るものなし。
Slain an enemy.
てら 我こそが伝説である。
Ally has been slain.
伝説を永遠に。 筋肉は鋼のように、骨はダイヤよりも硬い。
Request backup.
これが真の男の生き方だ。
Your team destroyed a turret.
労力なくして得るものなし。
Slain.
心身統一。
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill.
てら
An ally has slain the turtle. Request backup.
我こそが伝説である。
Your team destroyed a turret. Launch attack. Unstoppable. An ally has been slain.
労力なくして得るものなし。
Ally has been slain.
伝説は永遠に。
Your team destroyed the turret. Shut down.
筋肉は鋼のように、骨はダイヤよりも硬い。 てら
You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain.
我こそが伝説である。たあ、これが真の男の生き方だ。協力なくして得るものなし。
Mega kill!
筋肉は鋼のよう。骨はダイヤよりも硬い。たあ、